Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Wandering Gamer Network's Life Day Special. We're playing Star Wars Edge of the Empire. Well, I guess really we're playing Force and Destiny, but we're playing Star Wars. Woo! Last time, I want to say the crew of the honor, but that's not really correct. Last time, the Jedis that we're following found a military base where the object of their investigation, whose name I remember...
Jossi.
It's Jossi. Jossi the Ewok had been helping deliver arms to a military base that had recently been set up by the Republic in an attempt to help, chill out and bring Thampus into the Republic. When you guys...
Krampus.
I mean Thampus, the name that was randomly generated, not by me wanting to find a world that sounds like Krampus.
That really sounds like you wanted that.
I mean, when it popped up on the name generator, I was like, well, that's the one. I did it. After you guys talked to a guard, you found out that Jossi had been acting strange, and you totally ditched the best NPC I've ever made, Cowboy Cool Guy. So...
No, Cody, you said the best NPC you've ever made is Noxilius.
I think every NPC is the best NPC. They're all my babies, and I love all of them very unequally.
And they're all Rick. Or Morty.
They're all some variation of Rick or Morty. Alright, so you guys were riding off into the dark, frozen tundra towards a mysterious, frozen temple. What's everybody doing before they get there? Does anyone have anything they want to do?
Quick question. Are we re-rolling our force die? For our points, or we just...
You guys all take a nap, and you all have force dreams. And during those force dreams, you seem to earn certain points.
2 light side.
1 dark side.
2 light side.
1 dark side.
Ooh, this is a more heavy dark side episode. And
like we've used any point. I think we've used 1 point on either side so far.
Never used light and dark side points. We forget so much.
That is true.
Okay, sorry, I'm just deleting.
Well, hopefully we'll actually use them, considering it sounds like we're about to go into some heavy stuff.
Yeah, right? Things are about to get real.
Do they give you an automatic success? Is that what they do?
No,
it upgrades the check.
Okay, cool.
Or you can add, I think, a blue die or something, depending on what your role is.
Okay.
That is correct. All right, so you guys are on your second day on the speeder bikes going towards the frozen temple. Len, Vinny's character, is continuing to get more and more furious the closer you guys get. What's everybody doing? Does anyone want to do anything before you get there?
Nope.
Okay. You guys pass the time in total weird stoic silence. Like the
it's kind of loud.
Asexual monks you are.
You established that we're not that necessarily.
That's true. I established in my world that that's not what Jedi are, and then you guys have established the opposite.
Well, here's the thing. The choices I have are person who's actively turning to the dark side because he's very angry, person who doesn't understand any social cues, or someone who's part of my family.
Is someone part of your family?
Yeah, they're part of the same. They're part of the same extended family unit.
Clan.
We
established this when we created our characters.
Kira and Mandiar. I forgot, not Kira and Mandy. Kira and Nui.
Yeah. I also think if we're going on speeders in a tundra, it's we're probably really bundled up, so there's not a ton of talking going on. But I will say, Nui has some kind of life scanner thing that she's keeping an eye on.
Ooh, okay.
Just from she's used to having to do this kind of stuff on her own and, protect herself. So that's kind of something that's always in her peripheral vision when she's doing these kind of long travel things, is just some device that's constantly scanning for life forms.
Okay. So I would imagine that looking like a video game radar where there's little dots, for everybody, and you can kind of it holds a little walkie-talkie or, a little, like the Dragon Ball finder from Dragon Ball Z.
I was going to go with it's probably an Apple Watch.
Yeah, you got it. So as you start driving towards this one particularly large mountain, Len is in the lead. Nui, you see on your scanner the mountain in front of you, it's not glowing with mini dots. It is glowing bright red, like itself is a source of life.
Oh, okay.
Like one big blob of life.
Okay. I think Nui, tries to signal to Kira to like slow down a little bit. Kira and, Ree, and, shows them her scanner.
Well, that isn't normal.
No, I haven't seen anything like that, ever. So that's kind of fun.
That makes me more uncomfortable since you've seen a lot of weird stuff.
That is very true.
You don't think it's some glitch? That seems impossible.
No, I mean, I assume I don't, right? Like I can clearly see the four of us and then that giant red glow on my radar.
You're asking if you think it's a glitch. You are going to make a roll for that. Give me 1 second.
Me or Nui?
I would say either of you could make this roll. Make me a... Yeah, I mean, I feel like we always say perception, but go ahead and do perception. And go ahead and roll your force dice in there, too.
What's the difficulty?
This is going to be average difficulty.
Okay.
3 successes and 2 light side points.
Okay. So those
have
2 light side points I'll just count as more successes, basically.
I got 2 successes and a threat and 2 dark side points.
Do you want to use those dark side points?
No.
Okay. So I'm not going to tell you what the threat is yet, but the successes are this. You don't just look at the scanner to see if you think it's defective. You also reach out with the force and try to feel what's around you. Normally, a life sign of this magnitude would be palpable to you. You know, you'd be able to feel it within the living force. When you reach out this time, it's not like it has been for Len, where it's infectious, like an infectious anger, but it feels like you're getting shouted at. You know what I mean? Like you hear screaming basically as soon as you reach out with the force.
Okay.
Like deafening shrieks.
Okay. I think Ree has been closing his eyes and reaching out with the force, and he just kind of flinches and says, I there's something out there. It's angry, must be the thing that's affecting. Oh no, I totally blanked on Vinny's character name.
Len.
It must be the thing that's affecting Len. It's so much hatred.
You know what they say about hatred? One can follow it to be a Sith.
Solid one-liner. Looking closer at the mountain, you can see that it's not just a naturally formed thing. It is ice that has blown around a structure for years and years and years and years. What you see right now is just a broken husk of what used to be a massive structure. So where there used to be a castle basically standing here, there is now only a ruined front gate.
Does it look like a temple? And then the follow-up question to that, does it look like a temple that we would recognize, or does it look like something different?
When you say a temple that you would recognize, do you mean specifically, is this a Jedi temple?
Yes. I mean, specifically, does this have because Jedi temples, while different, kind of have the same vibe?
Knowledge lore for me. And that would be easy.
Okay. Good, because I have nothing in that.
Anyone else can also make this check. You're all looking at the same structure.
I want to ask a slightly different question.
Sure.
Does this look like a temple that I might have seen in a vision, perhaps? Maybe a temple that was a temple ruin that was encased in ice.
Oh, yes. Because I said that you yeah, this is exactly what you're looking for. Yeah.
Okay, that was no successes, just 1 advantage.
No successes, 1 advantage.
Correct.
It's not a Jedi temple.
Great.
What's
it was lore.
Lore.
And it was easy.
Woo! 2 successes, 2 advantages.
2 successes, 2 advantages?
Yep.
Okay, so the successes are the Sith are an ancient order of evil, basically Jedi, right? They have not existed, and it has been assumed that they have died out for many, many, many years. But when they were at their prime and in power, they had structures similar to your Jedi temples. That
There were
housed...
only ever 2 people at once, right? Is that canon?
No, Lord, no. That makes no sense, and it never made sense. Oh my gosh. These temples were not only designed to be shrines to hatred and anger and all things malicious, they were also designed to be armories or safes, vaults for Sith artifacts. Not much is known about them other than they are, how can I say this, coveted things, because generally there are valuables inside, but also incredibly dangerous things, because Sith don't like people to take their valuable things.
So is this what Nui does in her spare time? Is like look for these? It seems like very Indiana Jonesy.
Right? Yeah, but apparently she can't recognize him. I guess she's just tired.
Yeah, I like how your whole backstory is you're like a grave robber and you don't have lore.
Tomb Raider.
He's been saying Tomb Raider this whole time, and you guys are just still...
Yeah, it's like a joke.
Yeah, and we've been saying grave robber back at her. It's like
I
a
do
whole
like
thing.
the idea. I like the idea, though, that Mandy, your character, is like, I don't need to know what gold this came from. I just need to know it's gold.
Can I make a perception check to see if there's any footprints or stuff of people using this place being here recently?
Oh, you definitely can do that.
That's a good idea, Zach.
So have we arrived at the place?
Yeah, you're standing a distance away from it. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's desolate. At a glance, it is desolate.
Difficulty?
I'm gonna say that's average, but it's a yawning cave, basically, that you can sort of tell used to be the entrance to what was essentially a castle.
Len isn't stopping when we get there. He's just marching straight up to the place.
I have 1 success and 1 advantage. Also, can I get a blue die because I have eyes?
Because you have what?
Eyes?
Eyes? No, you can't get a blue dice for eyes. The 1 success is the snow is packed here. Now, you can't see footprints or anything specific, but generally snow when it falls does not compact itself, and here it looks like it's been worn into a trench going towards that chasm. Now, Len, you just said that you were not breaking stride and walking straight up to that entrance. Is everyone else following you, or are you doing this alone? That's for everyone else to decide.
I think he would have I think we slowed down with since we all made checks at a certain point. I think he should.
Okay.
If we're going with the narrative, I don't think we can make those checks and still be up keeping step with him.
Okay. As you were all observing the area and trying to decide what to do, Len broke the plane of the front gate area, and the moment he does, there is a lancing pain in your mind, and I need you to make a discipline check that is hard. So that's 3 purple die.
Oh gosh. Well, I got 2 threats.
You got 2 threats, so you didn't succeed though. It was a tie.
No success. It all washed.
Okay, cool. And you said you got 2 threats?
2 threats.
Okay, so this is terrifying for you. You are feeling a loss of control like you have never felt before in your life. Your whole career as a Jedi has been based in discipline and quiet dignity and being patient. As soon as you set foot in this, your mind again rushes through all of these twisting chambers and goes to a glowing red pedestal. You are drawn to that in a way that you cannot describe, but you feel the need to immediately run deeper into the heart of this Sith temple. So, to all of you guys' perception, who are not Len walks in the front door. He screams, falls down, gets up, and then just runs away into the darkness.
The darkness!
So it's been a while since I've been back on Coruscant, but this isn't normal for the monks, right?
No, we should go after him. Len!
Don't you need to turn on your lightsaber first?
I mean, he's not attacking us. If he does, then I will
Never
definitely
mind,
do
let's
that.
Yeah, Nui runs straight after him, lightsaber not drawn.
Okay.
I was mocking Caitlin's character.
Yeah, for his unnecessary chivalry.
All of you make a beeline into the Sith temple. Now, cutting back to Len. Len, you are running through twisting corridors that lead forever down into warmer and warmer and eventually sweltering hot chambers in this temple. The further down you go, the better lit it gets, glowing I want to say like a glowing red aura just becomes prevalent. Like you can't detect a light source, but everything is just lit with an angry red light. As you go, your mind starts to spin to the darkest places it has to go. So, Len, what is the thing that you fear the most?
I think Len's greatest fear is losing control, which is kind of what he's already going through. Where he no longer has control of what he does and like how he reacts and what he's thinking. Because so I'm trying to remember, where in the timeline of Star Wars stuff is this? This is like
so far
before.
back it doesn't relate to anything.
Okay, all right. I was going to try to relate it to something, but it doesn't.
Okay, no, that's fine. So, you think back, that thought of losing control being your greatest fear is screaming in your mind when you run into a large empty chamber. As soon as you do, you see a youngling that you snapped at before, right when you were about to leave the Jedi Temple.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
As you do, you see a like doppelganger version of yourself. He's wearing black robes, his eyes are glowing an angry yellow. The kid is crying on the floor, and you are bearing down on him with a red lightsaber. What do you do? So I'm saying you're seeing a doppelganger version of yourself attacking.
I think I would try to go fight the doppelganger.
Okay. So this is going to be kind of weird. So you're not literally fighting a version of yourself. Yes. This is like, mental math stuff.
Yep, mental battle.
So I want you to pick a skill that you think would allow you to do this, and I'm going to pick an opposed one and roll against you. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So this won't have a difficulty on it. I'm going to be rolling as basically the temple attacking you with some other thing. So, what skill do you think is appropriate here?
So I guess are we going with the mental image of me actually fighting this other character, or
if that's what you want to do, yeah, it's kind of up to you how you think you would resolve this.
Use perception, just stare him down.
Yeah, no, I mean that's fine if that's what you want to do.
Anyway, so I think what his initial thing he's going to try to do is he's basically going to try to come to the realization that this isn't happening, that this isn't real, that this is all an illusion, and try to basically calm his mind. That's the first thing he's going to try to do.
Okay, make me a cool check.
Cool, okay.
And I am going to do deception, and I need to look up what my deception skill is.
It makes total sense, but I love that the temple has a deception skill.
Yeah, because it's basically a lie.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
Do you want me to roll my force die in with it?
Not unless you're... In this case, okay. No, you don't have to.
The reason I ask is I'm rolling it with everything just because I'm using an online roller because I didn't bother to get my dice out, and it's easier just to leave them in every time.
Yeah, no, I get you. That makes sense.
So I rolled 1 success and 1 advantage.
Oh, no. So as you're trying to stare at this and convince yourself that this is in fact not happening, you flinch. Like there's that moment where you would say like, keep your eyes open. You know that this isn't real. Like there's no way that this is actually happening. You don't do that. You like scream and lunge and try to stop it physically rather than maintaining your composure. And right in that moment, your perception shifts again, and you are standing where that black-robed figure was. Your lightsaber is drawn, and you've swung it at thin air. So you haven't hit anything, but you have drawn your lightsaber and swung it. And right as you're kind of like snapping back to yourself, your lightsaber flickers from red back to blue.
Do I take any strain with it?
So... No, because there's kind of like a house-ruled way that this is going to matter.
Okay.
To pull the curtain back just so you understand what's happening, and this isn't like, you don't feel like this is unfair. Basically, you're going through trials that are going to determine whether or not, you're able to resist this temple. There's more than one, and this one, we're just doing one roll to determine all of them, so this one failed, so then we'll keep going from there.
Gotcha.
Okay. So now we're going to flip back to the rest of the party. You all come crashing in to this temple, and as soon as all of you break the plane of the door slams shut behind you, and blaster fire starts going off all around you from the darkness.
Maybe we should have thought about this before we ran in everybody.
There's no time. We have to get to Len.
Yeah, well, we're not going to get to him if we're dead. I draw my lightsaber.
Okay. You draw your lightsaber, and everyone needs to roll for initiative.
I assume except for me, right?
Yeah, you don't have to roll for initiative while you're not there. That's fine.
You know how we always say, like, anytime we play, it's like, we shouldn't split the party. Splitting the party is always a bad idea. We shouldn't split the party. Why do we always split the party?
That was all you.
That was all me.
Well, and I mean kind of me, like I'm encouraging this to happen, so...
Yeah, it made narrative sense with what's going on.
And I don't think we should get a free pass every time we're like, are you guys staying together? Well, we all did stuff, and he said he walked in, so no. I got 4 advantages, Cody.
Okay.
I got 2 successes and an advantage.
You're All right, Nui, what'd you get?
3 advantages.
Okay. All right, Nui. So, you are kind of the last one to draw your lightsaber, and as such, one of the troopers firing at you misses. It doesn't hit you. It flies right past you, and you're totally okay, fortunately.
I'm also...
Wait, did I say miss? I lied. He hit. I can't add numbers together.
Well, I'm also going to correct you. I don't draw my lightsaber.
Oh, right, you don't, because you never used your lightsaber.
I try very hard not to.
Yeah, so everyone else is trying to deflect blaster fire, and you're just like, nah, I got this, and then you get shot in the back.
Yeah.
And you take... Okay, sorry, you take 5 damage.
Okay, so I take 2.
Yes. So your current wounds are 2. All right, now it is Ree's turn. Ree, you're in total darkness, fighting from blaster fire coming from everywhere.
Real quick, did Ree's wounds go down to 0 because we rested at some point?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. I'll get rid of it for you.
Oh, okay, thank you.
So right now, we don't have a sense of where Len is, right?
You have no idea where Len is. You're just getting shot at, yeah.
Okay. I think Ree is going to take cover and like try to reach out with his mind to figure out where Len is. Can I have like sense emotions? I don't know if that's helpful.
It is. What I will say for just the sake of combat rolling, are you going to try to run away from the fight?
I'm going to try to get out of the way, I guess.
He means like, if this is successful, what are you planning on doing?
I think going to try to subdue or like talk to Len.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and make that roll.
Okay. Or what's the general force skill? Discipline?
I think it depends on the... let's just say yes for right now.
Okay. And how hard is it?
I'm going to give this a 1 difficulty. Because now there's something I kind of want to have happen here because I think it's cool.
I got a triumph.
Awesome. You close your eyes and reach out to your friend Len. Len, somewhere deep in this horrible nightmare, you are running through yet more chambers approaching your next trial. And shimmering in front of you is a translucent blue figure of your good friend Ree, who's now your coach through this next trial.
Awesome.
We're not doing that right now, but Ree, you're basically out of the fight.
Okay.
Because you are having to meditate in order to try to help your friend Len.
Okay.
All right. So, Kira, what you about?
How I'm checking my lightsaber at the closest guy.
You're chucking your lightsaber at the closest guy. Okay. You're gonna have 1 black die to this because you don't have visibility right now, but you can kind of see where blaster fire's coming from.
Cool.
So you're just hucking your lightsaber at blaster fire, basically.
Nothing, but I do manage to pull my lightsaber back.
Okay, so you throw your lightsaber out into the darkness and you just hear laughter as blaster fire continues. Nui.
I think that Nui realizes that Ree is going into a meditative state, and instead of attacking right away, what I want to do is I want to either raise or drop some of the setting around us to shield Ree. So like I want to like raise rocks or like drop them, which I feel like is pretty similar to the force power I took.
Okay, I like that idea. What I'll say is you can still make an attack, but the flip side of this is going to be, like, narratively speaking, what's happening here is you're having to exert yourself and expose yourself more than usual. So if they end up taking a shot at Ree, it'll hit you instead because you're like what normally you would be using for cover, you've given to Ree. Does that make sense?
Well, could I either take a strain or flip over a light side point to cover both of us?
Yeah, if you flip over a light side point, what you can do is rip like sconces off the wall, like big Sith sconces.
Yeah, that sounds great. To kind of, I kind of imagine it forms like at least a shield, like shielding us directly from the person who had shot me in the back.
I like it.
Okay, so I am okay flipping that over. I'll change that on the sheet. I'm guessing you still need me to roll for that.
You can just roll your attack.
Oh, okay.
Because, like, as you're making this basically maelstrom of objects, you can try to hurt people, you know?
What's the difficulty?
You're just making an attack roll, so whatever the difficulty is for that specific attack.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so I want to say that's a 2.
I believe it is.
Okay. All right. So that's 3 light side points coming from my force die, which I don't actually know if I had to roll, but I did anyway. And 2 successes and a threat.
Okay, so you rip a giant, like, I say light fixture, but what it really is like this big metallic tube that holds like a glowing red, I don't know, I want to say oil, but that doesn't sound right. I mean, the thing's massive. It's like 10 feet tall and 3 feet around, big, like faintly glowing metal tube. And you drop it right where you think blaster fire is about to come from, and you hear a crunch, and and half the blaster fire goes away.
Awesome. I'll take that.
All right. And that's a total wash. So, blaster fire is now coming from a lot less places than it was before. You guys still don't have good visibility, but no one takes any damage because my troopers are garbage. And it is Ree's turn, who's not in combat anymore, so it's Kira's turn.
Did I see what Nui did, like how far away that was?
Yeah.
Is that a surmountable distance that I could run up that in one turn?
What are you trying to do?
Go up and slash him with a lightsaber?
Oh, that guy's dead.
I will run towards the other blaster fire.
Okay, and you're just going to try to chop it regular styles?
Yes.
I will say that removes the black die from you.
1 success and 1 threat. I think that's 6 damage, ignoring 10 soak. No, sorry, not a threat, an advantage. Sorry, wrong thing. And then I'll give a blue die to Nui.
Okay, so you run up and slash with your lightsaber again, kind of predicting where you think someone will be. And as you swing, you feel a neck just run itself right through where your lightsaber was. And a silver-clad trooper falls to the ground.
Captain Phasma?
It is not Captain Phasma, but the appearance is not dissimilar from that. It's, like, looking at the thing, it's not necessarily like a reflective chrome. It is just raw metal. Like, it has not been painted white or any other color. All right, so it's back to you guys. All the blaster fire has stopped, but you're now just kind of in this room with these 2 dead troopers. What you doing?
Do we try to go find Len, or do we stay here with Ree? Because Ree's just like meditating, trying to find him.
Does Ree get to have a turn of coaching Len?
That's gonna happen once this. Yes, you'll be there
later. Okay.
I think that let's give Ree a few more minutes and see if he comes back to us and if he was able to find Len. Because I think we'll have a much better chance of finding him if he's able to make contact.
All right.
Okay, so switching over. Len, you are now completely lost. You're still feeling uncontrollably drawn to the heart of the Sith Temple, but you don't know how to get there and it's driving you mad. You're now beginning to doubt your own abilities just as a Jedi in general, like all anger aside. The question that keeps running through your mind is, what do you think you're the worst at?
Well, judging by this campaign, control.
I'm having a hard time thinking of anything.
Would it be like taking initiative or like jumping in like high pressure, immediate, like situations that need immediate action?
Okay, I was thinking of something along those lines too.
I don't know of like a succinct way of putting that. Maybe just like quick, decisive action.
I think I've got it. One thing he's afraid he's not good at is leading people. He tends to be more of a follower, just kind of going with the flow. But sometimes there's been times when he has needed to take charge and hasn't.
Okay, cool.
Not gone well.
So, you keep, as you get lost further and further down, like further and further, like, you know, when you start making enough turns that you like know, like, okay, this is no longer right. There's no way I'm in the right place anymore. You open on to trying to think of the right way. Oh, okay. So you walk into a room, and at first glance, it looks like it is just full of crackling lightning. But as you look harder, you can see that there are narrow passageways through all of these, like little nooks and crannies, and so there's passageways through like curtains of lightning, as well as like when you first start taking your first couple of steps, you can see areas that are clearly trapped, and none of them seem like immediately good ideas. Like looking, there is nothing that makes you think any one of these ways is going to be safe, and you are stuck with only bad options. And right then is when shimmering in front of you, there is a force ghost of Ree.
Oh, Ree's dead?
Len, can you hear me?
Ree, is that you?
It's me. What are you doing? We've been.
I don't know where I am. I got to get to the center of this temple.
Let's take a moment. I want you to close your eyes and sit with me. Focus on your training. Imagine yourself back at the temple. Imagine yourself sitting. The sun is shining. The breeze is blowing. You are just present. Can you do that for me?
I can try. And he tries.
I don't know. Does he have to roll or something?
Okay. No. So you sit peacefully and have a quiet moment on the floor in front of all of this chaos, and you find yourself reach kind of like a perfect moment of clarity after all of this anger from the help of your friend. And right as you do, the floor lurches and you fall. You open your eyes and you are screaming towards lava, and you have a second to make a snap decision of which direction to jump and how to start making your way through this gauntlet of dangerous tasks that are where no decision is going to be easy. Like, none of them are going to be good. So what I need you to do is make me a what do you think? I could see this being a perception check, or even like a skullduggery check.
Oh, I'm trying to find the path.
Yeah, you're just basically roll for successful kick flipping through nightmares. You know what I mean?
I mean, that sounds like athletics,
That does actually sound like athletics.
which is unfortunate because that's worse than perception. But
Okay,
it makes sense.
It does, yeah, because this is supposed to. This is the same thing where I'm going to be rolling opposed to you, and I'm going to be rolling with. I'm going to be rolling with skullduggery because I'm like the temple is trying to get you to slip and miss your footing. But you are going to have 2 blue dice added to your roll from the help of your friend.
Okay. So athletics with 2 blue dice. All right.
And I just need to pull up my little thing for my little temple.
1 success, 4 advantages.
You win.
Really?
Yes. So there's a moment where, like, you know you've made the wrong decision and you freeze. Like, you're leaping from platform to platform and you finally feel like, oh, okay, I finally picked the right path. And you hit like a dead end and you're tired and like falling apart. You're sweating and burnt and this has been horrible. And you're about to lose hope and you have like a little flashback to that moment of peace before this all started. And you kind of know that you have to work your way all the way back, dodging traps and lightning and getting hurt. And you manage to make your way back safely. And you've successfully kind of held your own through one more trial. And you're back on the run, being drugged down to the center of this temple. All right. So we're back around to our 3 other Jedi. What are all of you about?
So has my connection with Len been broken, essentially?
You know what? I'll let that be a you decision. If you want, you can't move. You know what I mean? Now, you could be carried. I'll allow that. But if you want to kind of stick being Len's life coach, you're a sack of potatoes.
Right,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So that's a you decision.
I think based on what happened to him, it would make sense that our connection was severed for now. I don't know if I would have an impression of which way to go, or just like he's fighting mental battles right now and isn't necessarily moving.
And he did tell you who's trying to get to the center of this temple.
Yeah. So I don't think I'm still connected to him. But I relay the information that he's trying to get to the center of the temple. Like, it seems to be calling to him.
Okay.
There's a lot of fear
That's
and
fine.
hatred in him. The dark side is pulling at him very strongly.
Then I guess we need to follow him to the center of the temple.
All right, let's get going. We trudge along.
As all of you walk further down, the temple is very well organized and very easy to read, right? Basically,
There's a little
once
sign that says trial 1 left, trial 2
Well,
front,
no,
trial
I
3
mean-
right.
it's basically just a staircase leading down. Like, as soon as you're past this first hallway, like the first area where you were ambushed, that was clearly set up to try to, like, kill you. That was the point of it. But once you're past that, it's well lit. It's like daylight hue, I would say, you know? So it's just kind of like warmly lit, regular like light fixtures, and easy to like see point sources of light as you make your way down deeper and deeper into this into the temple. As you do, you feel that you don't really need like heavy winter coats anymore. It just becomes like a comfortable room temperature. And I would like all of you to make perception checks.
Difficulty?
1. This is easy.
I triumphed.
Failure with a advantage.
3 successes and a threat.
Okay, so with that triumph and those successes, this is what happens. As you get further down, you eventually get to like living quarters in this temple. And now, fortunately, the time of day that you got here, what with that triumph and all, and after the ambush, is nighttime. And also, you happen to be totally silent as you were taking out those guards somehow, and they had their walkie-talkies off. So, as you make your way down, you find sleeping quarters and, like, military planning rooms, and you basically walk into a functional military base that you can tell...
I stabbed the wooden coffin with a wooden stake.
Oh, actually, you know what this is like? So, episode 4, there's like a part where Obi-Wan Kenobi is sneaking around the a Star Destroyer, and he doesn't really sneak, he just happens to never be seen by guards. That's what happens. You guys just walk right in, no one notices you, because it just so happens that every patrol is a second late or a second too early to notice you. And what you see everywhere are people clad in Republic armor that is all this like raw metal color. They're making, you also see an emblem that looks like an asterisk, and you can tell from like eavesdropping on a couple of conversations that they're like making plans to launch assaults against Republic targets.
Wait. Okay. Oh, wait, they're wearing Republic?
They are wearing metal-colored Republic armor.
So it's like modified.
No, it's unmodified.
Oh.
Yeah.
Probably stolen, is what he's
or
getting at.
sold by that idiot.
Or misdelivered.
You know the guy who Cody said sells armor?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, good point.
Cody literally...
Dang it, Lucas George.
Which I don't know if that was a slip or not from Cody, because it sounds like a Cody slip.
Full disclosure, it was a Cody slip. I was just making him like a miniature painter because you were doing miniature painting.
I wasn't that episode.
No, but you do a lot, so I just kind of imagine him being like that type of guy though, that like
Yeah.
paints armor for people and then like, you know, like his friends, so like paint their armor all fancy. But anyways, it was just to highlight the fact that their armor is painted and this armor is not.
Okay.
And it's an asterisk symbol, which is the same as what was on my speeder bike, right?
That is correct.
Cool. Okay. We're in a great place.
So is there any other investigation or sleuthing that you want to do around this area?
Can I try to like make a perception and hear if I see, listen to see if I hear anything about Jossi?
Yes, you can.
I fail, but I have 3 advantages.
Okay, then yes, you hear them talk about a captured Ewok, and like they just keep referring to the prisoner, and you kind of get a general location of where you think she might be.
Which is in relation to the center of the temple.
Sorry, so like this temple's like a functional military base. She's being held in like a impromptu prison, so they don't really have a prison, but they have an area with a locked door that they can put her behind, basically.
Is that like more towards this? Can we figure out if that's more
you know
towards
where
the
it
center,
is? It's
or-
not. There's not like a map, but you know where it is.
No. I get that, but in relation to finding Len.
Oh, just not in the same area.
Okay.
That's all.
But since I failed, there also happens to be a second Ewok they're talking about, which is in the opposite side of the base, so we have to make a guess.
I know what your failure is. Don't worry. All right. So we are gonna flip over one more time to Len. Len, you feel yourself getting a little bit excited because you know you are getting close. The hallways are beginning to straighten themselves, and you feel them becoming more orderly and more organized. You're basically on a straight, well-understood path towards your goal. But there's a closed door in front of you at the end of the last hallway, and standing in front of it is a tall figure wearing a black robe, holding a red lightsaber. As you approach, you realize suddenly that you're no longer wearing a lightsaber yourself. He says something simple. Or he simply says, I phrase things weird, I'm sorry.
He says something simple.
Here's what it is. We're going to talk like Perd Hapley from
I was
Parks
just
and Rec.
thinking that.
Anyways,
The simple thing he says, he phrases simply.
Yeah. Surrender and live or die. And he holds a red lightsaber out towards you.
Wait, do I surrender and then I live or die, or do I surrender, live, or I die?
So he said, I realize I don't have my lightsaber.
Yeah.
I think he would choose to surrender because he knows he can't beat someone with a lightsaber without a lightsaber.
Okay. So you make that decision and kneel to raise your wrists to be cuffed, and as soon as you do that, you're alone in the hallway with a door in front of you.
Okay. Is the door, I'm going to check the door. Is it unlocked?
Yep.
I open it.
You open the door and see a large ornate staircase rising up to a pedestal with a blinding red light on top of it.
Does this pedestal with the red glow seem familiar for some reason?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, it definitely seems familiar. All right, and we're going to cut back to our other party. Are you all going to try to rescue Jossi?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what Kira's going to do.
Okay, so all of you make your way into a kind of a rough cave area. This seemed like not as well sculpted or, decorated. It's just kind of like a storage room, basically, where they put the lock on backwards. And you find a locked door with what you can only presume is an Ewok on the other side of it.
Hey, Jossi, are you in there?
Hello? I'm Jossi!
Yep.
Didn't she had a voice already? That was not her voice.
That's her voice now. I'm Jossi! The Jedi! Let me out of here!
Jossi, take a step back.
You hear a thump from the bottom half of the door.
No, wait. Before you do anything, can I use...
Why are you waiting? Cut me out!
No, not you.
You hear another thump, even lower this time.
Would it be skullduggery to pick the lock?
Yeah, it can be.
Okay, I was just trying to figure out which one it is.
I said, let me out of here!
Just let
You
me
hear
pick
thump,
the lock
thump,
quietly.
thump.
What's the difficulty?
I'm gonna give this a 2.
All right.
I'm just saying, lightsabers are quiet. Cuts real fast. Don't have to deal with this nonsense.
Well, you're lucky because this is a lock that I can't pick apparently because I got 2 threats and I'm not used to this kind of weird Sith-looking lock thing. So go ahead and use your lightsaber.
Can I cut the doorknob out with my lightsaber?
Sure.
I do that.
Cool. You go and it cuts the lock out, and you kick the door open.
That's Kira making the noise, right? Kira goes.
Inside, you see an Ewok. She looks like an Ewok, because Ewoks only really look one way, and I don't know how to describe it other than she's a teddy bear.
It's racist.
No, what it is they only had one pattern of teddy bear that they sewed together 30 times. So she's an Ewok. Well, who do I have to thank for my rescue?
Has she not met us?
No. We established that you guys didn't know each other, like, by face, just by name.
Oh, okay. Oh, but she sent out her message.
She did send out her message, yeah. So she knew that she requested for help, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, my name is Relau Crendon, and we are here to help. We have broken you out. Please come with us.
One thing first. Need the sabers. And she, like, toddles off down the hallway, and starts rummaging in a chest, and, like, she pulls out a gun belt with two small lightsabers attached to either side of it, fastens it around her waist, and goes, all right, so, what now?
Well, we need to rescue our fellow Jedi, Len. We need to rescue our fellow Jedi, Len, who is headed towards the center of the temple.
Oh, no, he's going towards the artifact, isn't he?
Is that what's at the center?
Well, I mean, did he kind of start going all wiggy, get really angry, start running towards the center?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe the dark side is pulling him.
Yeah, it's a Sith chalice. It's basically like a receptacle for hate. It's what the Sith used to just store pure, enraged Force energy. It's incredibly dangerous and seductive. I know it almost got a hold of me, but I resisted it.
What about that red lightsaber that showed up on your transmission?
I was captured by a Sith that's in this very temple.
Alrighty.
I guess I should have led with that. There's a Sith in the temple. He's evil and trying to get everyone to get rid of the Republic. He's the one in charge here. Sorry. My bad. Didn't mean to bury the lead.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just... you've been through a lot. Let's go find our friend and hopefully get rid of this Sith. He can't beat 5 Jedi, right?
I mean, he beat 1 and I'm basically worth 10, so...
Yeah, but now you have 15.
I'm just saying that's not... Anyways, sure. Let's go. Wait, 15? There's 3 of you.
No, if you're like 10, and then there's... Well, I guess there'd be 13 right now.
13, yeah, at best.
Unless he joins the dark side, and then it's like 2 versus 13, so... Anyway.
That's what it sounds like. All right, let's go get your friend. I know the way. Stick with me, y'all. And she goes darting from shadow to shadow, as if she was the knight.
She is. Batman.
What a crossover.
All right. We're going to cut back over to Len. You see a bright glowing light at the heart of this temple. You feel it pulling at you, and you know what you want to do is grab that bright glowing light. But there's also something nagging at your mind that maybe this is not a good idea.
What, that red might not be my color or something? Doesn't go with my complexion?
The more you look at this, the more you think about it, the more you feel like hate welling up inside of you. You feel stronger, though. You feel emboldened. You know that harnessing hatred could have let you pass those tests easier if you had been more assertive and more enraged going through them. And what I need you to do is make me a hard discipline check. Oh, and then also, you are going to roll 2 black dice and 1 blue dice.
Oh, for each of the trials that I failed and or passed?
Yep.
And you said hard?
Yes.
All right, here we go. It's for all the marbles, right? I kind of didn't want to succeed, but I did.
Oh, no, that's okay.
2 successes, 1 threat.
Okay, so 2 successes and 1 threat. You realize right away, like, as you're looking at this, you kind of have that realization that it's like, this isn't who you want to be. Like, it's worth the foibles to remain true to your code, and not to, like, choose an easier path of using this as a source of power. And as you have that realization, you hear footsteps and turn around and see your friends approaching you. All of you see just a black rock sitting on a pedestal at the top of a small flight of stairs. As soon as they all see you, you look down. Well, okay, so when you turn around and look, you not only see them, but a small Ewok, who you assume is Jossi. She sees you standing there composed and says, "Oh, it didn't work, huh? Well, you can't win them all." And she draws 2 lightsabers, ignites them, they glow red, and she holds them up to Nui's neck.
Oh, shoot.
How? She is a teddy bear? Nui's a Twi'lek. How is she even kind of holding them to her neck?
She literally...
Like, at best case, it's her
Have you ever seen Darth Vader move where he clearly was just hooked up to wires? They kind of just hoisted him up. She literally moves like a spooky ghost. Just no gravity. Nothing exists. She's just floating. Holding 2 lightsabers up to Nui.
Oh man, I'm just so done with Cody's NPCs always betraying us. Like,
Take the orb or not Nui. Frick, what's her name? Yeah, Nui dies! And she lights 2 red lightsabers.
Okay, cool. I guess don't save me.
I mean, it's all.
Yeah, it's all on me, huh? He's gonna look at his friends, say sorry, and grab the orb.
Okay, cool. No, that's fine. Nui splits into a giant grin and leaps over towards you as if gravity no longer applies. As you grab that orb, make the same check, discipline again, except this time it is what the frick? It's daunting, which is 4 purple.
With all the same modifiers?
No. I will say this one is just clean discipline versus
Well, I'm going to fail this hard.
Or you can use light side point.
You can use light side points.
I think this is worth doing a light side point.
As you're doing this, you hear Nui go, not Nui, Jossi go, yes, feel the hate, feel it throwing through you, it gives you strength, use the evil, hardest hatred,
I can't.
feel blood, scald flesh.
I throw my
Yeah,
light.
she's just ranting, her eyes are glowing yellow, she's like foaming at the mouth.
Are you done? I 1,000% throw my lightsaber at her.
2 failures.
Perfect. We'll resolve Vinny's thing first, and then we'll go from there. The Force is a club used to kill people that stand in your way! Twist it to your will!
Vinny, can you please roll so he stops yelling?
I did. I'm just waiting until he stops screaming.
Okay, go ahead.
2 failures, 4 advantages.
2 failures and 4 advantages. You feel your last little bit of resolve snap. And almost without thinking, your lightsaber is in your hand, glowing red, and you feel nothing but hatred for your friends.
You know that's not how lightsabers work, but okay.
That is how they work in my mind. I don't know how else you would ever get a red lightsaber. It doesn't
Red
make
lightsabers. They're built from like synthetic kyber crystals.
that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's
How
the
would it
lore,
not
though.
make more sense that it's a reflection of your soul?
Whatever.
Because it's a physical thing and not magic?
It literally is a magic space sword. We don't have to worry about it. It's fine.
How does General Grievous use them? He doesn't does he just get to keep the souls of the Jedi he murders in them?
That's kind of how I take it, but anyways.
Yeah. So, but you remember the Anakin and Obi-Wan's battle in episode 3? His lightsaber wasn't red there.
I like the idea that your lightsaber is a reflection of your soul. Anyways, so 2v3, here we go. You're fighting Jedis. I'm gonna give you a surprise attack on this one, Kira,
Good.
because I was not expecting you to just huck your lightsaber. So go ahead and roll your attack. And I think the difficulty for you, yeah, so you're good.
I take 1 dark side point,
Okay,
but I do hit with an advantage.
cool. So she is at that moment going, feel the hate, make your life have meaning! And then there's this like, vzz, and like, you just smell burning hair, and she's like, oh gosh! And falls backwards, because you just lightsabered a teddy bear.
She takes 6 damage. I'm ignoring 10 soak.
What soak? She's a teddy bear! Anyways, now we're gonna all roll for initiative.
Success and 2 advantages.
1 advantage,
1 success, 2 advantages.
1 success, 1 advantage.
Alright, so recovering quickly from the lightsaber gash to her torso, Jossi springs back up and does 2 things. She flies across the room and stabs at Nui while simultaneously throwing her other lightsaber at Kira.
Wow.
So, Mandy, you have... Whoa, lightsabers do a lot of damage. Shoot, does that just kill you? Like, wait, how much health do you...
No, we have soak.
No, but they ignore soak.
How many successes did you roll?
2.
You do
Oh,
8
yeah.
damage to me.
Okay, I do 8 damage to Mandy.
Do we have 12?
Well, Mandy does.
I have less than that too, because I already had 2 wounds from
Yeah,
before.
so you're at 10.
I'm not doing too hot.
Yeah, and lightsabers ignore lots of soak, so basically our soak means nothing.
This whole lightsaber battle right at the end here, this is gonna get real really fast.
I'll roll a black die when you attack me.
I was gonna say, this is gonna be a quick combat, probably.
Well, hey, you know what? You saved yourself. The lightsaber misses.
That's my move.
What move lets me roll a black die because of that?
My armor.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, like it hits you, but it just like rolls around your armor and then zoops back into Jossi's hand as she pants heavily. All right, Kira, it's your turn. You're very hurt.
Kira?
No, Kira's not.
Nui.
You mean Nui?
Nui,
Kira's not.
sorry,
Nui
Kira,
is.
it's your turn. You're doing fine.
Didn't Caitlin do better than I did?
I don't. You know what? No, she didn't. I don't care what the truth is.
Okay. Well, I'm running up and like double teaming what's her face with Nui.
Okay.
Can I argue that we're flanking and I get a blue die? Does that help? Is flanking a thing in this?
No.
I don't think flanking is not a thing in this game.
Nope.
I got a blue die from my last advantage when I chucked my lightsaber at her from before.
I accept that. She's distracted by the lightsaber hurl.
Hey, I triumph. Guess who gets to crit?
Well, I mean, yeah, okay, go ahead and crit.
Is she dead?
Well, yeah, but let's find out how. So roll me a D100 and let's see what happens here.
83.
So she's winded. So you stab her in the lungs and she can't breathe anymore and she dies. Good job on the murder.
And then I do 8 damage.
So you also cut her in half. Good job. You go the full Darth Maul. All right, Ree, it's your turn.
So what is Len doing right now?
Turning evil.
Len is holding a red lightsaber with glowing yellow eyes and is like actively swinging at you.
You skipped me.
I did skip you. Nui, what are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out real quick how much a med pack.
You're trying to put your guts back.
I think it does 5 for your first.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no, I just want to like slap on a med pack on like, where I got shot in the back. So I can recover something.
Okay, so you're back to Aang back there.
Yeah, so if that gives me 5, then I'm down to 5 wounds.
Okay, cool.
That's what I'm gonna spend my turn doing real quick while, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Now then, Ree, you're actively in a duel with Len. What do you do?
Okay. I'm gonna try to disarm him with my lightsaber.
Like, as in, like, knock a
Disarm
light.
as in take my arm off, or...
No. Just roll those dice, because I already know what's going to happen if this works.
Yes. Okay. So I have an ability called Sum Gem, and if I get oh no, I don't. Never mind. I have 1 advantage, and that's all. Everything else is a wash.
And you were just trying to disarm him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you were successful in disarming him, or you would have thought you should have been. He's still gripping the orb, like with a death grip, and you perform a maneuver that definitely should have made him drop that orb, and it didn't happen. It's like it is magnetically stuck to his hand. All right, Len, it's your turn.
Oh no.
My turn?
Len, kill Caitlin. Do it. You just hear in your head, do it.
Do it. Yep. I never knew the power of the dark side was so powerful. And then he takes a swing at Bree. He's not very eloquent in this yet.
I love it.
This is a moment where I just want you to triumph so hard.
And just murder Ree.
Kind of.
Fail. 1 failure, but 3 advantages.
Okay. So you're just still sparring with Ree, who's managing to keep up with you, despite your newfound angry powers. All right, Kira, back around to you.
I think now that he's kind of had a moment of now that he's like fully absorbed in this. I was trying to figure out if I was going to use my force powers or not. But since Jossi died in 1 turn, I think he's going to. So fighting him is more difficult than it was. Basically, anytime you attack him, upgrade the difficulty by 2. So basically, take 2 of the purples and make them reds.
Oh shoot. I forgot that you had that power. Oh shoot.
You know what's awesome? I'm actually not in this fight anymore at all. Like you okay, it's Kira's turn to go.
All right, I'm going to run up and attack. Hey, Caitlin, can I have a blue die from your advantage?
Sure.
Thanks.
It's not doing me any good.
I'm going to upgrade.
Yeah, so you're flanking now.
I guess, okay, here's a question. I had advantages. What do I do with those?
I don't know, whatever you want.
Add blue die to yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to add, I don't know how much each of those cost, but The next person to attack me gets a black die, and then I'm going to get a blue die.
Yep, that sounds good. I like it.
Well, I'm sorry, Vinny. You're about to have a really bad day. Oh boy, Vinny, you're not looking good. So first, let's do the easy thing first. I hit Vinny for 8 damage.
Okay.
And then I triumph on him.
Okay, well, roll me that D100.
He's gonna crit a second time.
Yeah, you're just a crit machine.
76.
Overpowered. Attacker may immediately attempt another free attack using the same pool. So you got him on the ropes. You chopped him once. He's not looking good.
This time it's a complete wash.
Okay, so you had him on the ropes, but he kind of rallies. You know, he's coming back at you. You're trading blows. Sparks are flying. Hate's flowing. And it's back around to Kira. Not Kira.
Strike me down and I'll become more powerful than you'll ever imagine.
Nui. It's Nui's turn. That is a good guy thing to say.
No, that's like literally what, isn't that what...
Obi-Wan says to Darth Vader, yeah.
Oh, is it that way? I thought it was the other way around.
When he sacrifices himself. Yep.
Yeah, it's the other one.
It's more like, strike me down and I'll haunt your dreams and chew on your toes.
I thought that was something that the Emperor said to Luke or something like that. I got my lines mixed up.
All right, Nui.
All right, I am going to bring the ceiling down on top of Len.
Ooh, I like it.
Oh, heck yes.
Is this still considered an attack? How does this work with my...
It's her same thing. She's that's the only attack she's ever made this whole game.
Okay. So she still has to upgrade the difficulty then?
Oh, do I?
Oh, yeah. It's still a ranged light attack. So yes, if she's attacking you, she has to, because of you, yes, you have to upgrade your difficulty.
Okay, and I will say this only happens twice per round. So if it happens with her, it won't happen for me.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so what is the upgrade again?
Take 2 of the purples and make them reds.
Okay, this is going to be a fun one to resolve. That's 3 successes and a despair and 2 dark side points.
Oh, ho, ho. You said there's a despair?
I said there's a despair.
All right, so here's what happens. You cut down Len as if he were nothing to you. You do so in a fit of rage. You feel power flowing through you, and you know the dark side. And you see that orb sitting in front of you, clutched in the dead hand of someone weaker than you.
No.
And it calls to you. Nui, be stronger. Make a discipline check.
All right.
No.
TPK!
Happy Life Day.
Oh, guys, I'm having a lot of fun right now. I'm gonna level with everybody. This is really fun.
Cody, I'm having a great time.
I don't think I've ever been more happy to die in a campaign.
Cody sitting there. I'm having a great time turning the entire party against itself.
Vinny, you're my first player death ever.
Really?
Yes.
No, Cody, you didn't. It wasn't your player death. We did all the work.
Yeah.
You don't.
Didn't you hear Mandy's character killed him?
What's the difficulty?
The difficulty is 3.
Wow. Okay.
Please fail this.
I didn't fail. I got 3 successes.
Yes!
But I got 3 threats.
Oh no. Okay, that's okay.
So you succeeded, right? You said?
I did succeed, but I have 3 threats.
The threats are it rolls into Kira and she picks it up.
No, I honestly at this point there's really nothing to do with those threats other than maybe like if this was like a campaign there would be something, but this is the end. You successfully managed to restrain yourself, and you have the moment of realization that you killed your not really friend but person you spent 3 days with, Len.
How dare.
Just having a little bit of a reevaluation here.
There's a somber moment in the pit of the Sith temple. 2 Jedi lay dead on the ground, and the only thing that caused this was one horrible Sith artifact containing hate.
Nui, are you you?
Or are you a new you?
No, not a newbie. I'm still Nui.
Anyway, so we just killed 2 Sith, so that means all the Sith are dead because only 2 can exist at a time, right?
Galaxy's safe
Yes.
for today. No,
You've killed all the Sith.
I I understand that it had to be done, but I was just not expecting it. I am in mourning.
No, he specifically said it was nighttime. The Force Ghost of Len says.
It's like, hey guys.
Oh, hey.
Let's get out of here. I got other stuff. We got other missions to do.
As you leave, like the camera fades out, and you fade back into scenes of Racer leading Republic troops to the Sith Temple and cleaning out the remaining people that were going to fight against the Republic. You see images of Life Day parades on board Thampus, of happy people celebrating their new allies, the Republic, none the wiser that it was almost all destroyed by one Sith artifact hiding deep in their temple. Together, at great expense, all of you have saved Life Day.
Hooray!
Yay.
The end. Sorry I killed Len.
I'll kill you all!
And somewhere deep in the dark, you see Jossi's eyes open, and she's like, "I'll kill you all for fun!"
Oh my gosh.
You see, like, Len there as a Force Ghost, like, I'm gonna get you, and then he's just sucked into the artifact.
All right, and that's where we're stopping.
Yay.
Ta-da!
Thanks for listening to this episode of our Life Day Holiday Special. All music from the show is from danosongs.com. As always, you can find us on any social media platform under the Wandering Gamer Network handle. We want to thank all of you for sticking with us this year. And from all of us here at the Wandering Gamer Network, we'd like to wish you a happy Life Day, happy holidays, and a happy new year.